Hello and welcome to Training at 45. It's time for another workout. So there's been a bit of delay in videos recently because I've had a week off, been to Egypt on holiday. Haven't done any training there at all, other than just trying out the light dumbbell system, just with some bottles that I found in the hotel room, some glass bottles. It worked quite well, just kept me toned up I suppose, and enjoyed a nice bit of swimming, just letting the joints relax and things like that. So just recapping to where we'd got to then, I've been following a workout inspired by Building the Classic Physique by Steve Reeves. And just before I went on holiday, because I knew things had changed by the time I got back, I took my measurements, and interestingly I've seen a gain of ½ an inch on my neck, an inch on my chest, biceps near enough an inch as well, waist, fractional increase in the waist, so I need to perhaps start following his diet properly. My thigh has increased by 3/4 of an inch, and my calf has also gained ½ an inch. So that's not bad, considering that's probably only about maybe 10 workouts or so of the plan that I put together. And interestingly, I found a video that was on Sal's Classic Bodybuilding Archive. There's got a video called My Favourite Routine, which I think is something that got published by Steve Reeves just in one of the Joe Weider magazines. And interestingly, he just proposed just one set of every exercise of the routine, which differs slightly from what's proposed in here, where it's going for sort of 3 sets of most of the exercises. But anyway, what I've done, I've had a rethink of what I've been doing, because there's a lot of exercises that were doing well but had started to stagnate, and so I'm going to change things up, do a whole bunch of different exercises. I've kind of already had a little bit of a tinkering session to figure out settings of benches and pins and whatnot, so hopefully we can get into it. So we're going to start up with a warm-up, which will just be the plate swing as usual, bit of stretching, and then we're going to go for the shoulder stuff. Also, just being mindful of my back as well. Still, I've got an MRI scan I think in a week's time, so it'd be very interesting to just see where things are with that. But so far so good. None of the training has interfered or made that any worse for me, so it can only be a positive. Right, let's get going. Yeah. Right then, so the first exercise will be the upright row. I've just had an experiment with doing it with the straight bar, but it was really sort of aggravating my left shoulder. So I've adjusted the weights, put them onto an easy bar, and we'll see if we can get a set done of those. Again, we're not going for mega weights tonight, just more just feeling these out. Try and get between 8 and 12. Okay, that's 8 of those. Okay, next we'll be going for the behind the neck press. Feels like a bit of a weird exercise, that one, especially with going for quite a wide grip. Feels a bit weird on the shoulders. Hopefully get used to it. I'm finding the need to sort of pull the shoulders apart on the way down. Seems to help with it a little bit, rather than going for a more narrower grip. I think it then can develop the width in the shoulders a bit more. Now go for rear delts. That was easy. I just love that exercise. It feels really good. It really rehabilitates the rotator cuffs as well. not bad for a first attempt. Feels a bit weird. So it's strange coming back into training after having a holiday and stuff. Don't feel as strong tonight at all. And also, I was up at work until about 4 o'clock or something in the morning, so probably had about 2 or 3 hours sleep altogether. Never ideal, but need to just get back into training. So an interesting thing I've now been adopting as well is the food area of this book. It's just something I overlooked perhaps in the last round, and I think I probably could have got a lot more gains by following the diet quite strictly as well. And interestingly, I've tried some of the breakfasts, etc., and it's really amazing. It gives you a real head rush. Anyway, we'll get on to the next exercise, which is going to be a pull down behind the neck. A bit different, feels a little bit crunchy on the shoulders and the scapula, but good all the same. Okay, the next exercise is going to be a low pulley lat pull. So Steve's very strict on keeping the body forwards at all times and just bringing your arms backwards and forwards to properly work the lats. So instead of the typical motion you see with a lot of people that are rowing like this, it's actually keeping this position and rowing there. Start the timer. Wow. Yeah, I can feel that exercise moving all right. Interesting exercise that. I think the 45-degree position just changes the range of motion slightly. So being elevated on the block puts a lot more on the quads with that, but I can still feel it a bit in the hamstrings, which is good. Oh, yeah. Well, that concludes another good workout. Quite tiring tonight. As I said earlier, I was at work until about 4 in the morning or something stupid. And then trying to just get back into it today after having a bit of a layoff for a week. So yeah, but I think some of these new exercises are going to work well, just need some time to get into them. The upright rows feel a little bit weird, especially on the left shoulder joint. So I might look at doing some modifications where I can get a bit more free range with the movement. And yeah, the press behind neck, it's always a bit of a risky exercise, that one, but I think it'd be good to try and progress on it, especially the wide grip. I think you need to just not worry too much about weight and just concentrate on the feel of the exercise and get the best benefits from that. And then yeah, the wide grip bench press as well, bit of a weird one to do. I've never been a fan of the bench press anyway, but persevere with that a little bit longer and see what we can do with that. But yeah, anyway, onwards and upwards. Try and stick to the diet now of this as well and see if we can reap the full rewards from it all. So until next time, keep training at 45.